Okay, so, hi, hello, welcome back to another Creepypasta video. Today, Creepypasta we are going to be reading is called Cervine Birth, but before getting into it, I do want to say a few things. First off, this video is a one take, so if you do hear me stumble, mumble, fumble, and mess up my words, I am sorry. I don't really have anything to really edit my videos with as of the moment, but it is what it is. Second thing I do want to say, please consider using code GOONS at gamersubs.gg. It's code GOONS. If you use that code, you will get 10% off at checkout. Gamersubs is pretty much the equivalent of Kool-Aid for adults. They have caffeinated and non-caffeinated versions, so if you're interested in that, go check them out. They have flavors from all your favorite groups of people and favorite content creators such as J-Schlot, the Goons. Goons have Grandpa's Ashes, and I think Gamersubs now has released Gamer Soups, which is pretty much their version of ramen noodles, so go check them out. Okay, so, outside of that, let's get into it. This creepypasta is called Cervine Birth. In 2009, an amateur video artist studying in the UK uploaded a video onto YouTube of a recent piece he had completed. After many reports and complaints, the video was taken down. The piece allegedly begins with a lingering shot of a foggy meadow that some believe to be located in Ireland. The only sound throughout the shot is a light hissing at what sounds like muffled, unintelligible speech. The camera starts to zoom in on a white shape in the field. After several tedious minutes, the shape reveals itself to be an albino deer. A close-up shot of his eye suddenly appears, showing a sign of infection and possibly the beginning stages of blindness within them. The following shot is a scene of the deer staring at a vanity mirror for about a minute. After this, the piece takes a turn for the bizarre, with the deer in the reflection moving its dissonance with the real one zooming in. The camera focuses on the deer in the reflection, which had begun to move about in an unnatural and grotesque fashion, as if something was molding it like a piece of clay. As these unnerving contortions continue, the camera zooms out, showing a shot of the real deer lying on the ground. People have described the deer as looking strangely at peace. The shot goes on for roughly 2 minutes, and the reflection is still twisting and gesticulating, but the mirror itself seemed to be growing darker. The deer lying on the ground then starts to excrete a dark fluid from under his tail, suggesting that a birth is about to occur. The tar-like substance continues to bubble and seep out of the deer and onto the ground. This is the point where many people claim to have stopped watching. Some accounts vary on what happens next, but many describe a scene where a stillborn humanoid infant is birthed from the deer covered in the dark tar-like sludge. That makes it hard to describe exactly what it looks like. Some have claimed it was the model of a human-animal hybrid, put together by an artist for the sake of the film. A blurry close-up shot of the hybrid's face is seen for a few seconds before it cuts back to a mirror, now broken, within the same field from the beginning. Black and white stock footage of an audience applauding is shown in slow motion, and the film ends with a 5-minute shot of a black screen, accompanied by unintelligible murmuring slowly fading in volume. Many say that the film can no longer be found online, while others say that the audio track is sometimes circulated around file-sharing programs like BitTorrent. There are even some who claim to have obtained the film itself through such means. Occasionally, screenshots surface on image boards and other such sites, but the film itself had hardly been seen since its initial debut. A year later, the artist posted another video on YouTube. This time, it was just 5 minutes of a black screen and silence with just a link to a webcam site in the description to serve as evidence. Viewers describe seeing a pair of dangling pale feet slightly rotating above a knocked-over chair. The creator of the video, Cervine Birth, is best known for the shocking final piece, but many are not as aware of his earlier works, which are similar in terms of content and style. Shot in black and white, the piece often referred to as Foxtrot was created in early 2005. The film begins with a shot of a moonlit forest with a slow fade to the beginning of the first scene. A gaunt, malnourished-looking fox is seen staggering through the forest, wailing and crying out in a haunting voice, with what appears to be a noose tied around his neck. The camera follows the rope to the end, where the fox's cubs can be seen dragging behind. It isn't certain whether the cubs are dead or not, and the film cuts to a brief shot of the crescent moon as it slowly devolves into a shapeless blur. The soundtrack for the film so far has consisted mostly of the fox's wailing and a wailing music track that many describe as unnatural and unnerving. It cuts to a clearing in the forest, and the fox is seen ambling towards the center, still dragging her young behind her. The music gradually fades into silence as the fox is curling up on the ground, getting ready to die. After a few moments with nothing but her final breaths break into silence, a close-up of her face is shown. Her eyes are still glimmering under the moonlight. A pair of small, pale, childlike hands start to caress her face. More small hands start showing up in the shot before the camera slowly zooms out to show much of the fox's body being covered in caressing hands and arms. The shot flickers out a few times before cutting to the interior of a darkened household. The camera slowly makes its way to a dining room where a family of corpses is shown decaying in their seats. On their table is the same fox, but this time is alive and healthy, tending to her cubs. Close-up shots of the bodies follow, revealing them to possess wounds indicating a possible mass suicide. In the closing shot, a moth is seen fluttering around a dangling light bulb in a dark room, where a hand that can only be described as animal-like reaches up and shuts it off. Okay, so that was Cervine Birth. Hopefully y'all enjoyed Cervine Birth. I never heard this creepypasta before, so I thought it would be fun to also kind of like share with you all. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this creepypasta. I don't really have anything else to say, but I do appreciate you guys watching this video. Thank you for making it this far. Check out Gamersubs down below. You can check out Gamersubs down below. You'll see code GOONS. Use that if you find something interesting, and use that at checkout, and you'll get 10% off. Okay, so outside of that, I have nothing else to say. So I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.